Hello friends, Namaskar. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Uh, Wherever Pisces, the sign of Pisces sits in the chart, to the signification of those planets and houses, I will accept those significations. I will not judge those people. I will not only forget but also forgive the significations of those planets because I am connected to the divine source in the area of life where Pisces is situated. What do I mean by that? For example, if Pisces is situated in the seventh house, I will not only forget but also forgive all the mistakes, all the hurtful things that my girlfriend or my wife has ever done to me. If Pisces sits in my second house of family lineage, of the family history where I belong to, whatever the bad things or whatever the non-blissful environment I have been grown up by my family, I will simply accept those members. For example, if Pisces is sitting in the fourth house, uh, and if let's say I am grown up in a family where my father used to beat my mother, or father used to drink alcohol and many other stuffs, even though I will accept my father because the energy of Pisces forces me, energy of Pisces drives me to not only forget but forgive the signification of fourth house of my family and father. For example, if Pisces sits in my 11th house, 11th house is the type of people and friend circle whom I meet around in my people. So let's say, if some example, for example, if some of my friend or any group of my friend humiliates me, bullies me, do not respect me, do not treat me nicely, even though I will forgive those planets because the energy of Pisces is all about giving love, is all about forgiving and is all about forgetting, and is all about letting go of the significations of the house and planet it is conjunct to. For example, if Venus, the karaka of love, is situated in 12th house or Pisces, then in terms of relationship, even though, for example, even though if my wife is, let's say, fat, it's, let's say, not beautiful to look at, if, let's say, belong to a not a very high status kind of family, then also I will just accept my wife because the energy of Pisces, Venus being situated in the energy of Pisces, just tells in my subconscious that no matter what, please accept and forgive and just give love to the signification of this planet, because Jupiter is all about love. Jupiter is all about accepting the people for what they are. वो एक सॉन्ग था ना कि जैसे हो वैसे रहना, तुमसे बस यही कहना, I love you for what you are. Yes, that is Pisces. I love you for what you are. I love you for what you simply are. I do not demand anything from you. I do not accept anything you expect anything from you. I only accept for what you are. I love you for what you are. That whole song, the theme of that song, जैसे हो वैसे रहना, तुमसे बस यही कहना, because I love you for what you are. That is the energy of Pisces. So but in contrast to Pisces, the energy of Mars, the energy of Aries, is a very passionate, is a very forceful kind of energy. Forceful. Whatever Mars does in his life, he does in a very forceful, he does in a very passionate way. For example, and Mars is also karaka of taking responsibility of other people. For example, the in 12th house there is Pisces, and let's say Mars is also posited there. Isn't 12th house the area of where I donate my things, where I give donations? Let me just make you clear this fact that 12th house is those areas of my life where I give donations to people. So for example, Mars is situated in the 12th house, that too in the sign of Pisces in 12th house, then he will be at least once in his life forced to give donations to other people. He will face such a situation where he will be forced to give donation. He will be forced to give donation because anything Mars does in a kind of forceful manner. For example, Mars is situated in the second house, that too in the sign of Pisces. Then Mars is all about taking responsibility, but Pisces is about accepting sorry, I just misuttered the word, accepting. So accepting the responsibility of my family in a forceful manner. So what is the prediction? We can say that Mars in second house in Pisces, then he will take responsibility of his family in a forceful manner, because he is not so very willing, so very interested, or so very keen to take responsibility of his family, but he will face such a situation, he will be forced to take responsibility of his family. For example, Pisces in the 8th house and Mars is situated there, so isn't 8th house family of my spouse? So one, if somehow let's say this 12, this Pisces Mars in 8th house somehow linked with Mercury, then the prediction is I will be forced to take responsibility of a kid from my in-laws. Maybe that a kid from my in-laws is will stay in my house, and I will have to take care of his expenses, of his he will be under my guidance for some few years in my home. But the accepting that kid, taking care of his necessary expenses, taking care of his academic expenses, that will be in a forceful manner. So I predicted this client that, sir, did you face such a situation in your life where you already knew that your girlfriend, then girlfriend, was cheating on you, but even though you chose to marry her? So the client says, that's the case that I'm going through in my life, but how do you know it? So I will explain how do you know it. As I said, Pisces is all about accepting the signification, but Mars makes the accepting, not judging the signification of Pisces in a forceful manner. So I am compelled, if I say, if for example I have Mars in 7th house, that too in the sign of Pisces, then I am compelled, I am forced to accept my wife, even though the wife had some past affairs, or even though my wife didn't belong to a very high status kind of family, or even though my family is not tuned with the in-laws of my wife, even though I will accept I must have to accept the signification of my wife. But it might also be the case that Mars in Pisces in 7th house, then he will accept his wife, let's say, not only because in the terms of affair of his wife, but it might be also true that his wife, let's say, was handicapped or not a beautiful to look at face or personality, but even though I will have to accept, that might be also a prediction. But why do I made a prediction of accepting my wife, that client's wife, even though she had affair? Because I looked over chart of the person's wife also, and the wife had Venus in Ashwini Nakshatra, and that too in the sign of Gemini. So let's get more deeper down. Let's penetrate into the zone of Nakshatra also. So any planet that goes in the sign of Ashwini, somehow the naughtiness, somehow the flirty nature, somehow the flaunting things to attract opposite partner, the flavor environment is naturally there. And that too, Ashwini third pata is all about naughtiness, is all about flirting, is all about flaunting significations to accept the 7th from it, that is another partner. So in this case, Venus had wife had Venus in 3rd house, third nakshatra in the Ashwini, in the nakshatra of some kind of flirtiness, naughtiness. So somehow the mind of wife is somehow occupied with this significations, that which I have confirmed nothing. And in this client's case, the sir whom I was consulting, he had Pisces in Mars, that too in the 7th house. So he had to accept some significations of his wife, even though he knew that she had a past affair. But looking over many horoscopes who had 7th house Pisces, all those people did not hold this prediction true of accepting. I don't know why I'm not being able to utter this word properly today, please excuse me. Not accepting his wife. But I have seen in my experience that when Mars in Pisces in 7th house is very closely associated with the Lagna degree rising. For example, if Lagna degree rises by, let's say, 5 degrees, and Mars in 7th house in Pisces, that too falls in the 1 degree or 2 degree or 5 degree or 7 degree, 12 degree, 13 degree. The difference of Mars in 7th house, degrees of Mars in 7th house, and the Lagna degree, if those degree somehow coincide very properly also, then this signification surely has been, I have found this signification to work very properly. So that was my video for today. See you guys next time. Namaskar.